behind the cape. So Barbie has passed 700 million worldwide.
Bruh, Barbie is kicking Mission Impossible's teeth in, and it's pissing me off.
And I have a question about that. Did the studio mess up by putting it before those movies? Should they have placed it maybe sometime after?
Listen, man, they moved up 3 weeks to try to cut into Dial of Destiny. Right? So they would have been coming out a week after Barbie and Oppenheimer. Instead, they saw Indiana Jones kind of, floundering and becoming one of the biggest Hollywood flops of all time. And they diagnosed that correctly.
Yeah.
What they didn't diagnose is that they had a behemoth in Barbenheimer coming right after them that I just don't think they anticipated, knocking them off course the way they did. So much so that this movie could potentially lose money, y'all. It could flop. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because the movie is so good. It's crazy good. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I am just in the minority about Mission Impossible, but if y'all can watch Dom Toretto drive off a T-Rex's back or whatever the hell they doing in Fast and Furious now, y'all can go see Mission Impossible, goddammit.
Yeah, I just think people forgot about it, honestly.
I think that's what happened too, man. Barbie is literally like destroying.
And Oppenheimer's not doing anything what Barbie's doing, but it's still doing,
just assisting in the sabotage of Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible 7.
Yeah.
But you know what though? This is good. Even though Tom might take an L on this one. But it's good for the movie industry. It's good for the consumer. It's good for the theaters to have people coming out in the middle of the summer excited to see films, excited to see Oppenheimer, excited to see Mission Impossible, excited to see Barbie. Like, that's good for the industry.
Yeah.
That is a good thing. Even if one of them underperforms or doesn't meet expectations, in the grand scheme of things, if you've got 3 of those films, instead of Mission Impossible just dominating like we thought it was going to do, this whole block in July, we've got 3 films leading us into late summer, early fall, where we got some more blockbusters coming out that could potentially provide us some juice. You got Dune 2 that's coming out. Where's Dune 2 gonna be, Josh?
IMAX.
It's gonna be on IMAX, baby.
So much so that it's got exclusivity for multiple weeks and pushing the Marvels out completely. Now
listen, man. I did this to Mission Impossible. I hyped it up a lot, and the first week looked great. And then that 65% drop happened on the second week, and it was just like, damn. So I hope I am not jinxing Dune 2 by putting my excitement for that movie and kind of trying to turn that into an expectation. I do not want to jinx them. Do your thing. Make the money it's going to make. I really think it's going to be a good movie, but I just don't want to jinx it because it seems like I jinxed the hell out of Mission Impossible. So it's easily going to hit $1 billion. Nah, player. Barbie has something to say about that.
Yeah. Have you seen Barbie yet?
No.
So not yet. I mean, I'm sure you're going to see it at some point. So
yeah, I mean, I will. I don't know where. I don't know if it'll be here or if it'll be at a theater, but I'll see it.
Yeah. Universal is still invested in making a live-action Invincible movie. Any thoughts on that?
Do that shit, but take your time though. Like you literally don't have to rush. Mm-hmm. Season 2 is coming out.
They're working on season 3.
I just watched that. Somebody tell me, is that like an ongoing television show or was it just like a short, the Adam Eve thing that was on Amazon?
I think it was just maybe one.
It was
episode.
Just that one episode, the 50-minute thing. Okay, with her origin story.
Yeah, I think so.
That's cool. Build on that. I mean, shit, I would have watched it if it was an actual TV show. I would have kept watching it.
I need to watch that along with season 1.
Yes, you do need to watch season 1 of Invincible. But yeah, man, take your time. Take your time. Do not rush this. Do not rush it at all.
Agreed. Kevin Feige devised the most controversial scene in Secret Invasion, reveals director.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I'm very glad that he came out and said that.
Yeah.
That he told us that.
Because that was a weak action scene.
It was a weak action scene. It was, once again, if you were like me and you were thinking, well, when we first met the Skrulls, it wasn't Nick Fury leading the situation because he was just a middling S.H.I.E.L.D. agent at that time. He wasn't leading anything. Well, no, he wasn't middling. He had Coulson at least answering to him at that time.
Oh, yeah.
So he wasn't middling. My bad. But he was just a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent at that point. He wasn't the Nick Fury we know. No. The person trying to save the Skrulls and all that was Captain Marvel. So if you're thinking like I'm thinking, like, well, damn, we're going to get a Carol Danvers sighting. I mean, it would be hella convenient, too, considering that they have a movie coming up this fall. And this is the last project that we'll see before that movie comes out. Kind of feels like, alley-oop. You know what I'm saying? Alley-oop.
No.
Somebody, Iman Vellani, Tiana Paris, anybody? No one?
All those things make sense, and Marvel doesn't do things that make sense.
So Kevin Feige's great insight, right? The reason why he gets paid the big bucks and is allowed to put his nose in each and everything that comes out of Marvel is Super Skrull fight. All the powers are on the table.
And make sure you include Captain Marvel's powers in that.
Okay. I'm going to just call it for y'all. Since don't nobody else want to do it. No one else wants to say it. I think it's time to face reality. I think your boy's lost his touch. I think he's lost it. I think he can't see the forest through the trees. He has gotten to the point where he is actively looking to subvert expectations. Not exceed them. Not simply meet them. Right? No. The best practice for Marvel is to work around what fans think is going to happen. Find a way not to do what is expected. It is more than we are just trying to do our own thing or establish our own timeline or what have you. It is a directive. It is an edict. The mission is do something that is not already done or established. Specifically. Like, we've seen enough of it to make it a determination. They've talked about it enough. We've gotten reports enough from different creators. That is what they're actively trying to do, is recreate what it is to be the Marvel 616, what the sacred timeline actually is. We're moving into an era where they are trying to establish that the film timeline, the MCU, is more referenceable. It is more important than that of the original comic book sacred timeline. And if we keep blindly following creators like Kevin and Vicky and KK and whoever else, they will drive us right into that reality. Don't know if we'll be better for it, but that's where we'll be.
So we were done with Feige?
No, fuck no.
Okay, go ahead.
Say something about his ass.
Feige a bitch, bro. Beat his ass.
Man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
No, not that. We're not talking violence today. But no, seriously, it's him. I don't know for sure that the length thing was him, but I mean, why not? Why not lay the blame at some of the failures of this series with the head? The one through line through all of these failures, the one constant through every Marvel failure for the last 2 years. Why not? Because we line up so readily to praise him when it's going well. Oh, in fact, we trust this, blase, blase, blase. Well, it's an utter failure right now. And the same guy's running the boat. Same guy. So, what you got for me now?
He's already making changes to the Marvels and calling Nia DaCosta too much of a nerd, so.
Okay. I hope for your sake it's good. I hope for your sake it's good. Speaking of massive reshoots, James Gunn, Aquaman.
Massive reshoot for
Massive
Aquaman?
reshoots, and James Gunn is involved. So now this is very interesting to me, right?
He's not gonna be in the
because the reshoots were already going on with The Flash when James Gunn showed up. Blue Beetle, I believe, was damn near done. when he was announced as president.
Mm-hmm.
Aquaman is the first one where he's actually going to he's putting his stamp on it. Like, I am reworking this, I'm fixing it. Whatever you see of here is going to be partially my work as well. It's been the first one. Now, I, for one, think it's still going to flop. I was just interested in the fact that we were going to get like this long-ass court scene, this NATO scene with Jason Momoa trying to plead for people to clean up the waters. I wanted to see them do it. Like, I wanted to believe that someone would be that crazy to put that scene, that long-ass scene, in a comic book movie. Like, I just wanted to believe that someone had that much confidence in themselves that they would do something like that.
Yeah.
But now I'm just, I think it's still going to stink, but it's not going to have all of that in it.
It's not going to do the numbers for the simple fact that we all know Jason Momoa is going to play a different character in this pending
not to
DC
mention
universe.
If they hate Ezra Miller the way that they showed they hate Ezra Miller in the box office, the reworks better be finding a way not to get that woman's face in this movie. That's what the reworks better be.
Yeah.
You'd be better off paying her but never showing her face in this show and just talking about her being off somewhere. You'd be better off. But if you show her in any prominent role whatsoever, the only thing that will be said about this movie is that, Warner Brothers is trying to revive Amber Heard's career, bro. Yikes. She lied on Johnny Depp, which she did.
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
But you are just inviting people to drag that movie before it even gets a chance to get released. It's already getting negative buzz because she's associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
If these reshoots happen and Amber Heard is still a prominent role in this movie, come on, man. What did you even get involved for? You might as well just let it fail on its own. Might as well just let it fail on its own.
And start fresh with Superman Legacy.
Yeah, because you can keep doing the plausible deniability thing now. You can keep kicking the can down the road. Like, look, I understand things are tough right now. I did say that Superman Legacy was going to be the first one of my iteration. But now you've kicked all of that in the teeth because you doing massive reshoots on Aquaman. Spending a whole bunch of Zavlaz money. Yeah. So, it better be good. It better be good, which we know it's not going to be good.
And even if it is good, it's still not going to perform the way it should anyway.
Amen.
And that's a pretty big if.
Okay.
So, we'll see about that.
Fast track Lobo.
What
if Lobo shows up in the Aquaman movie and Jason Momoa plays both characters?
That would probably make the movie worse, to be honest with you. It'd be a terrible origin for Lobo, so...
I'm the baddest. What if Lobo kills Aquaman in the DCU and it's Jason Momoa. So Jason Momoa is basically killing his old character in Aquaman as his new character in Lobo. And that's the start.
As far as symbolicism goes, great. That's a terrible thing to add to that movie. That's terrible. Do not do that. Don't listen to Marcus right now.
Is that the reshoot? James, let that be the reshoots. Let that be the reshoots. Lobo shows up randomly at some beach as Arthur's walking out of the water. Who are you? No, hold on, wait. This is Aquaman, but who are you? And then Lobo, who am I? I'm the biggest and the baddest. Also Jason Momoa voice. Nuh-uh. Yeah, huh? And then they fight. And then he kills Aquaman. And then end of movie. Lobo will return.
DC is literally leaning into stinkers at that point. They're like, this is going to be so bad that people can't help to go out and see it.
Hey, man. I was going for the train wreck in the first place. So just offer me up another train wreck and I'm there.
Oh
offer it up and I am there.
Whew,
for
yikes.
Sure.
Well, the last thing that I have is that Daredevil Born Again is apparently going to be in 2 parts with 9 episodes apiece.
18 episodes? I thought it was going to be like 23.
That's what I've got.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's still the longest Disney Plus series that we've gotten so far.
And I don't know how the parts are going to work. Like, I don't know if they're seasons, essentially.
Well,
They just
so
go
if
apart.
it's 18 episodes, that's 18 weeks. So yeah, you would probably split that up from like fall to spring
Okay.
and skip winter. So then maybe spring to fall and skip summer.
Because then how are you going to... Okay, so fall, skip spring, and then summer. So then you would come out with Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Well,
in
no,
between?
because no. If you do it in the fall, then it needs to come back in the spring. You would take the winter off. So you do 9 weeks, take a break over the winter, then starting in like March, you come back and do another 9 weeks.
Okay, Daredevil Born Again, spring 2024.
So then if they're going to do that, they'll do 9 weeks in the spring of 2024, probably take off another 9 to 10 weeks in the summer, and then come back in the fall.
Okay. So then is Agatha, Coven of Chaos coming before that then?
Maybe in the middle of it.
Because they already got Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Yeah, that's already
Shot.
shot. They got Echo too. When the fuck is Echo coming out?
Echo is never coming out.
when is Echo coming?
Okay, everything that they have says winter 2023 for Agatha, but we know that's not true. Oh, may have been changed to 2024. Yeah, but it doesn't say when. Okay.
Great, another perpetually delayed project that's already been shot and will probably be outdated by the time that we see it. That worked out great for Kenobi. That worked out awesome for Kenobi.
Yeah, because Loki's supposed to come out in October, so it would just make sense
November
that you
now.
would.
It's November now, right?
No, I thought that was coming out in October, and then the Marvels.
The
is coming out
Marvels is in November. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
So it would only make sense that you would drop Agatha, since you already have it done, at the top of 2024 or maybe February, March, and then come out with Daredevil. Then you got a perpetual, but Marvel's not going to do that because they're Marvel.
I thought somebody was driving this bus here, man. I thought somebody was
Oh, and then you have Captain America in that time frame somewhere.
somewhere.
So you've perpetually got something, but no, they're not going to.
I mean, the actor strike has thrown a lot of this stuff out of whack. But Disney's kind of in a weird position. Like, their problem isn't necessarily the actor strike. They're one of the few studios that already had a lot of content shot. Right? Like, Echo's done, according to reports. Agatha is done. If you listen to the folks that still believe in the Acolyte, it's done. It's already shot. It's finished. They spent somewhere close to $300 million on it. Somewhere in between $250 and $312 million on the Acolyte. It's done, right? And Disney can't shoot any new content for the foreseeable future. So then we should be seeing the Acolyte, right? Should be seeing a trailer for the Acolyte pretty soon, right? Right? Because that shit is definitely happening. We've seen the tax breaks that they got for it. We see that they're at jeopardy of losing them if it doesn't come out on Disney Plus by a certain time. So it's definitely happening, right? It's happening. It has to. Same thing with Agatha. Same thing with Echo. All of this shit has to come out at some point.
No, not Echo. Echo is the one thing that's not, for sure, not happening.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there, bro.
I don't either.
It's ghetto over there.
Absolutely. Any other stories or thoughts or anything like that at all?
I know I'm going to think of something later and be like, God damn it, I should have brought it up. But nah, I think that's it. Give us your thoughts on everything that we discussed here today. Anything else that we didn't discuss, put it in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back next week for a brand new episode of Behind the Cape.
Absolutely. Make sure you check out our previous Behind the Cape video where we discussed Kevin Feige bullying nerds because he absolutely hates them. And then make sure you obviously subscribe. We like to do this at least once a week.